delicious Singapore hawker food at West Coast Market Square. Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. Today we are at West Coast Market Square to try all the good food that we can find here, like this Yong Tau Foo dish and a very pale looking siam. And then we should have some rice too, some duck rice, and don't forget some comforting porridge, and lastly some bihun with a very well fried chicken. Yes, fried chicken meat. So join me at West Coast Market Square and let's explore all the good food that we can find here after the intro. Let's start with how to get there. First of all, get yourself to Clementi MRT station, which is on the east-west line. And once you reach there, look for exit B. So once you get out of the gantry, walk straight and then turn right. When you turn right, you'll head towards exit B and just keep walking straight all the way there. You're actually walking over an overhead bridge now. So once you pass the overhead bridge, you turn left and walk all the way down this flight of stairs. Yes. So that's the bridge itself. So after you finish the bridge, cross the bridge, you walk down the flight of stairs. After you walk down the stairs, you U-turn, head that direction, head towards the bus stop. Or alternatively, you need to actually rewind, go all the way back, reverse, go all the way back to the bridge itself, and at the bridge itself, instead of turning left here, you can actually go straight. Once you go straight, you see there's actually a covered walkway. Just keep walking straight, and on your right you see a turning here, turn right and walk all the way down towards the block. And you can actually walk all the way to around the block there to head towards the bus stop, which is on the other side. Okay, so you can walk to the block itself and follow this gentle curve down to the bus stop, or you can actually turn right here to go to the bus stop by taking the stairs here. And we are actually at the bus stop now. So at this bus stop, which is the Clementi Station bus stop, you take bus 201. So from this bus stop itself, take bus 201 and alight after 2 bus stops. And this is the bus stop that you alight at, which is the 601 bus stop. And bus 201 will actually stop here. And once you reach at this bus stop here, you get down. And you keep walking along following the traffic itself. So this is the bus stop. The bus actually will come from this direction, and you just keep walking along the pathway here until you reach the traffic light. And at the traffic light, you need to cross the road. After you cross the road, you turn left, keep walking straight, and you will reach the West Coast Market Square at block 726 along West Coast Road. And you can see across the road, that's the food center itself that we're going to visit, and we're going to eat the food there. And at this food center, there's lots and lots of good food that we can try and eat there. This food center is one of those places where a lot of the food stalls here are normally open for breakfast and lunch. And after that timing, most of the shops actually do close down. But there's still a few shops around here and there opening still operating, but majority of them will be closed down after lunchtime. So why don't we start our food adventure here today with something not too heavy, some Yong Tau Foo. And this shop itself is run by an elderly couple, and they do sell lots of Yong Tau Foo, and they actually cook the Yong Tau Foo there and there directly. You can actually see them make the fish balls, mold the fish ball and then put it in the hot water to cook it itself. And here is the menu items and the different prices. So what I did was I got myself the happiness bowl for $5, and I didn't ask for any noodles. So this is just Yong Tau Foo with soup. And you look at the soup itself, the soup is clear and light. But don't be fooled by its appearance. It's packed full with flavor. When you taste the soup, you get the nice flavor punch in your face. Just the right amount of saltiness. And when you taste the soup is well made. And you can also taste that they use soya beans in the soup. And this soup itself does live up to its name. This is called the happiness bowl. And when I drink the soup, it does fill my mouth full with happiness. The fish ball itself, like I said earlier, was handmade and cooked freshly in small batches. The fish ball is a bit soft, tender, and has almost a delicate feel when you bite into it. The other pieces itself are also good, well done, and each has a slightly different texture or taste to it, so you won't get bored when you're eating the Yong Tau Foo. Overall, this is one of the better Yong Tau Foos I've eaten so far, and if you are here, this is definitely one of the items you must definitely have to try to eat. It's really, really good. And while we are still here, since I didn't have noodles earlier, why don't I have some noodles here now at this shop called Money Food Store. And here they sell a wide variety of Malay noodles and rice dishes, and the prices you can see on top there. And what I ordered from this shop here, which actually cost me $2.80, is this dish, which is called siam. And look at the broth itself. The broth itself looks suspiciously very pale, actually almost white. Look like a very creamy broth. But when you taste it, you can taste there's actually peanut. It's sweet, and then when you mix in the sambal, it's spicy and it's full of spices. And the soup itself is also a bit peanutty, and it's a very good, delicious broth that goes very well with the tin bihun noodles, and the noodles itself also absorb the broth nicely. So you have a very nice blend of sweet, sour, spicy, peanutty broth with the noodles itself. And this is actually quite also another good dish here. If you're here, you should drop by and try the siam. The siam here is surprisingly, even though it looks pale, but it is a very good siam. And what I did was I actually take away lontong, which cost me $3, because I actually saw a lot of people actually taking away this dish. So I decided, yeah, why don't I just try it? The lontong itself, the curry is a bit sweet, but it's still very coconutty, and it's a very flavorful curry broth. But for me, I felt that it was actually slightly too sweet, but still good. Still a good lontong, but too sweet. If I were there again, I would actually skip the lontong and actually have the siam again, because the siam itself is actually a much better dish than this dish. But overall, okay lontong. A passable, pleasant, but nothing spectacular lontong. So we have eaten soup, we have eaten noodles. Now, time for some rice. So we're going to have some rice here at this shop called Ji Braised Duck. And this shop itself sells braised duck together with rice or porridge. I actually ordered the 350 set meal special, and it comes with rice, a duck, braised duck, some tofu, an egg, and some soup. First of all, the rice itself has a very nice and firm texture that goes very well with the sauce. The duck itself is tender, but what really they do well here is the sauce itself. The sauce that coats the duck, really good, and it goes very well with rice, and it also complements the duck very well. The sauce is thick, it's starchy, has a very meaty, savory taste to it. Very good, and like I said, together it helps blend, it helps to harmonize all the rice, the duck, all the ingredients all together, which is lots of work to be done, but still this sauce does it. The soup itself is a bit salty but herbally and ducky. You have the very duck taste, and the chili itself adds a bit of spiciness and garlic to the dish itself. But what's really good here is the sauce. The sauce, delicious. And next we are at this shop here called Ming Kee, and what they do is they sell porridge. This is the selection of porridges they have here and the prices. What I did was I actually ordered the pork with peanut porridge, which cost me $3, and add 50 cents for an egg. So this is the porridge dish itself. The porridge itself, when I ate it, what I felt was it is smooth, but I felt that it was a little watery. Okay, but like I said, the porridge itself is smooth. You can actually see the broken grains of rice in there. The porridge is very lightly seasoned. So if you want to add in more taste, you need to add in your own pepper, you need to add in your own light soy sauce, which you do need for this dish, because it's very lightly seasoned, almost under seasoned. But one thing good is the other ingredients besides the porridge, which is the peanuts, the meats, all seasoned really well and goes very well together with the porridge. I really like the ingredients that they put inside, the pork and the peanuts. Done very well. Just that the porridge itself is under seasoned, but the ingredients they put in the porridge, good. Next up is this shop here called Yon Yan, and this shop here actually specializes in fried chicken wing. And this shop here used to be at Red Hill, and if you remember previously, a few years ago, there was a news article where the Prime Minister actually lined up 30 minutes to order their food. And now he actually operates from from West Coast Market Square Food Centre. And if you do come here during lunchtime, there's quite a queue for the food. And one thing good about this place is he actually deep fries the chicken wing in small batches. So when you do eat the chicken wing is still nice and warm. So first of all, this is the dish I ordered. The bihun itself actually costs you 60 cents, and then the fried chicken wing, 140. And I also ordered the Taiwanese sausage, which cost me another $1. So in total, it cost me $3. The sausage itself has a very nice and firm texture to it, which is quite nice, and it's not too sweet, but it still has the Taiwan sausage taste and fragrance to it. This chicken wing here is still hot. The skin is nice and crispy. The meat is juicy and oily. It's well fried and recently fried, and it does do a simple fried chicken here with very light marination, but he does fry the chicken wing very well. But the bihun itself, just an ordinary, nothing special, under seasoned, but the chicken wing, really good. It's just worth it to come down just for the chicken wing. And lastly, we have come to this place called 88 Chicken Rice. And this place actually sells, guess what they sell? As the name itself says, chicken rice. And what you can see if you go to the store itself there, they actually do sell a lot of roast chicken. A simple set, like a simple roast chicken here, actually cost me $3. And one thing about this place is that the meat is at the meat portion here is actually quite generous compared to other places where they actually flatten the meat to make it look more. Here they actually give you lots of chicken meat, which is really good. The rice here, the chicken rice, they've done quite well. It's firm and chewy and has a nice light flavor to it, which doesn't overpower the dish. The chicken itself, the roast chicken, done okay, but somehow they put in oyster sauce and to flavor the chicken, which is a bit different. And also the chicken itself is just okay, but the portion of chicken, the amount of chicken they give you is very generous, which is why this shop itself is very popular. And so that is our adventure here at West Coast Market Square. I hope you enjoyed it. We ate lots of good food here, and the food here is good, so get down here and try the food. And lastly, before we go, please remember, like, share and subscribe. You don't have to, but I appreciate if you do. And it also helps your friends and family members to find out more about good food in Singapore. And lastly, but the most important thing, the thing that you must do is to join me for my next adventure. See you then. Bye bye.